I used free AI to create a fully animated 3D film, and what I got left me shocked. It made me think, when I was a kid, my teacher asked, "What do you think the future will look like?" You know what I said? Flying cars. Or maybe even stepping inside a video game to play it for real. But never did I imagine that a tool would exist that could create an entire animated film from idea to final export in just days, hours, or even minutes. Something that used to take entire teams of professionals months to complete. Now AI can do it faster than ever. And the craziest part? People are making thousands using this AI revolution. If you don't take advantage of it now, you might regret it later. What you're about to see? No team of animators, no weeks of work, just AI and a little bit of magic. Watch this.
Go. Find the boy. It's time.
In a magical forest where trees hum and fireflies twirl like stars, lived Arendor. His blue hair and radiant eyes glowed softly. One evening, he sat by Silverbrook Stream, watching the water reflect glowing leaves. A bright light zipped past Arendor's nose. It wasn't a firefly, but something more magical. Curious, he followed it through glowing mushrooms and silver-threaded vines. Arendor, excitedly,
"Where are you going, little light?"
The light twirled in the air, inviting him to follow. The light led him to a massive willow tree. Between its roots was a tiny, glowing door. Arendor, whispering,
"A secret door?"
He touched it, and it pulsed with warmth before creaking open to reveal a spiral staircase.
And that was made entirely with AI, no pro skills, no expensive software, just pure automation. Let me show you exactly how I made this step by step so you can do the same. Let's go. Before we can bring our AI film to life, we need high quality, consistent images. But here's the problem. AI doesn't remember details between scenes. 1 second, your character has blue hair. Next scene, boom, blonde. Or worse, they randomly change outfits like they're in a fashion show. So how do we fix this? We take control. First, I went to ChatGPT and used this structured prompt. I want to create an AI animated children's story titled. ChatGPT quickly generated a full story script with narrations and image prompts for each scene. But before moving forward, I had to fine-tune it, shortening the narration and making sure every prompt was clear and direct. The right start is everything. If your foundation is weak, your AI-generated film will look like a glitchy mess. Imagine building a house on sand. It's only a matter of time before it collapses. So, let's do this right. So, to make things easy for you, I created an AI animation story guide. Find it in the description. It includes a ready-to-use prompt template. Just fill in your details. Step-by-step instructions on getting the best results. The exact tools I'm using to create this animation. Go grab it in the description. It's free. Now, to fix AI's biggest flaw, character consistency. I opened a Google Doc and wrote every detail about my main character, Arendor, a 10-year-old boy with glowing blue hair that flows gently like soft flames and radiant, sparkling blue eyes.
Wears a casual yet magical outfit, a glowing white hoodie with subtle golden star patterns, navy blue shorts, and sturdy boots. His backpack glimmers faintly with magical runes.
Why do this? Because AI forgets details across scenes. If a character appears in multiple scenes, paste their description in the first prompt of every new scene. But if they only appear once, don't waste your time. Now that we have perfect character consistency, it's time for the next step, generating the AI images. And for this, I'm using two main tools, the same ones I rely on for all my videos. Leonardo AI, insane quality, super detailed images, and advanced cinematic looks. Imagine Art, my go-to for all my AI B-roll scenes, packed with styles like Flux, anime, storybook illustrations, Disney Studios, ultra-realism, mid-journey style, and more. Now, here's the fun part, generating the images. I jump into Leonardo AI first. Since this is going to be a cinematic animation, I set the aspect ratio to 16:9 because nobody wants weirdly cropped scenes. Then, I select the Phoenix 1.0 model, one of the best models for crisp, high-quality, professional images. I drop in my scene prompt plus character description to keep the look consistent, and boom, AI starts working its magic. But let's be real, not every image comes out perfect on the first try. So I generate multiple versions until I find the one that just hits right. But I don't stop there. Time to test Imagine Art. Here's where it gets interesting. Imagine Art has some next level character restyling features. I pick the realistic model. Then I scroll down to image guidance, click it, and select my reference image. Under select mode, I choose restyle. Now, instead of getting random looking characters in every scene, AI stays consistent. Pro tip, always use use multiple tools. AI models work differently, and sometimes one tool absolutely nails it, while the other not so much. So testing both is the secret to getting the perfect shots. Now that I've got all my images, I save them in a folder, organized and ready to go, because next up, we bring them to life. But before we animate them, we need a killer AI voiceover to tie it all together. Let's do it. Alright, for voiceovers, there's only one tool I trust, 11 Labs. It's what I use not just for this story, but even for the AI voice you're hearing right now. Quick heads up, I'm dropping a podcast made entirely with AI soon, so make sure to check it out or listen to it. Wait, do people watch or listen to podcasts?
Anyways, moving on.
Now, let's get to work. For our story, we'll need 3 voices. 1, the narrator, the one guiding the adventure. 2, the tiny creatures, high-pitched, energetic, maybe even a little mischievous. 3, Arendor, our main hero, the boy himself. Wait, what? You forgot who Arendor is? He's the star of our story. Come on, stay with me. Now that we know who we need, it's time to find them. Here's how to pick the best AI voices in 11 Labs. Hover over the 11 Labs logo to open the menu. Click Voices, then go to Library. You'll find tons of voices, but don't get lost in there like I did for 30 minutes. Select your language and accent, choose gender and age. And here's the secret. Under Use Case, pick Narrative and Story. This gets you the best storytelling voices. After testing a few, I finally found the perfect one. Now, time to repeat the process for the other 2 voices. Boom. Now we've got all the voices ready to bring the story to life, and you know what that means? It's time to generate them. Now, the fun and kind of repetitive part, copy, paste, listen, download. The process, copy the narration text from ChatGPT, paste it into 11 Labs, click Generate and listen. If it sounds good, hit download. If not, regenerate until it sounds just right, and just like that, 5 minutes later, boom, we've got all the voiceovers we need. Now, you know what time it is? It's time to animate these images into a full-blown video. But wait, I'm not just animating them. I'm going to show you how to create smooth cinematic transitions, like this magical forest scene that fades into Arendor's house, this zoom-in effect that turns the house into a seamless forest transition, and this turnaround shot around the massive glowing tree. Get ready, because this next part is where the real movie magic happens. Let's go. This step is where the magic happens. Static images? That's old news. We're about to transform them into full-motion AI animations, just like the jaw-dropping videos created by the community, but maybe even better. Who knows? You might just outdo them. And for this, I'm using hailuoai, one of the most powerful AI animation tools out there. How it works. First, click Create inside hailuoai. You'll see 2 options, text to video and image to video. But since we already have high-quality AI images, we'll go with image to video for the best results. Now, all you need to do is upload your image and describe what's happening in the scene. Yep, that's it. AI handles the rest. Then, we repeat this again and again and again until we have a full set of stunning animated clips. But wait, hailuoai gives you 100 free credits every day, so there's literally no excuse not to try it. And if you're serious about animation, upgrading unlocks unlimited creativity. So what are you waiting for? This tool is about to change everything. Remember earlier when I promised to show you how to create that insane turnaround shot around the massive glowing tree? Well, I haven't forgotten. Let's break it down. For this shot, I uploaded my image and simply typed, zooming out to a road in a forest between the trees. Then click Generate, and it looked good, but not perfect. So I kept tweaking. I generated this scene 3 times before getting the one I really wanted. And here's the thing. AI isn't always perfect on the first try. Sometimes you have to keep refining, testing, and adjusting until you get exactly what you're looking for. Trust me, patience pays off. Once I got the perfect animation, I'll show you how I reverse this shot inside the editing software, but we'll get to that in the next step. For now, we officially have AI-generated voiceovers, AI-generated animations. Now it's time to bring everything together in the editing stage. Oh, and before I forget, I'll leave the link to hailuoai in the description, along with all the other tools you'll need. And of course, you'll also find them in the Google Doc I mentioned earlier. Now go check them out, and trust me, once you see what's possible, you'll never look at animation the same way again. Now that we've got the animations ready, it's time for the final and most important step, bringing everything together into a full cinematic masterpiece. Personally, I use Adobe Premiere Pro since I'm more familiar with it, but if you're looking for a free alternative, CapCut is a great option. It's easy to use and packed with solid editing features. But for this video, I'll be sticking with Premiere. First, I start by creating a new sequence in Premiere Pro to set up the right aspect ratio. I go to Sequence settings and make sure it's 1920 x 1080 16:9 for a perfect widescreen format. Once that's set, I move on to organizing everything. I create separate folders for each type of file: animated clips, voiceovers, and sound effects and music. Keeping things structured from the start makes the editing process way smoother. Step 1. Syncing making the voiceover. The first thing I do is lay down the voiceover track, making sure it sounds natural and realistic. To make the flow smoother, I cut out any awkward gaps and overlap the audio slightly. And here's a pro tip: place the cut sections on separate audio tracks and overlap them by 2 frames. This makes the dialogue feel more natural and seamless. This is the same method I use to make my AI voiceovers sound more human-like in my videos. Step 2, placing the video clips. Now I started placing the clips thinking, yep, done, but nope. Some scenes felt off, others were too short, and suddenly my perfect animation had holes in it, so guess what? Back to ChatGPT, back to AI, tweaking and regenerating like I was stuck in a time loop. But trust me, this part is worth it. How I fixed it. I went back to the narration, broke it down sentence by sentence, and thought about what extra visuals would enhance the storytelling. I asked ChatGPT to generate new image prompts for missing scenes. I repeated the AI generation cycle, created new images, animated them in hailuoai, and imported them back into the project. After what felt like a million tweaks, I finally had the perfect set of scenes. Now it was time to bring everything together, and trust me, this is where the magic happens. But before I forget, let me quickly show you how I reversed the tree scene, just in case you didn't know. All you have to do is right-click on the clip, select speed and duration, click reverse speed, and hit OK, and boom, just like that, your scene plays in reverse. Step 3, adding transitions to keep everything smooth and cinematic. I added transitions like cross dissolve for softer, dreamlike scene changes, morph cut to blend shots seamlessly when needed. Step 4, the power of sound effects. This is where the real magic happens. Sound effects bring the animation to life, and trust me, this step makes or breaks the final video. I spent time searching for magical sound effects, glitter, and sparkles, footstep sounds, stone versus grass. Yes, I even matched footstep sounds to specific terrain changes. If the character walked from stone to grass to stone again, I made sure to use different SFX for each step. It's these small details that make the final result feel real. Step 5, choosing the right background music. For the final touch, I needed music that fits the vibe of the story. I went to Pixabay and tested different background tracks until I found the perfect one. Step 6, final edits and Ice King touches. After fine-tuning the sound, adding final adjustments, and ensuring everything flowed perfectly, boom, the animation was finally complete. And now, here's the full video. Watch it carefully, because we put serious effort into making this one special.
Go. Find the boy. It's time.
In a magical forest where trees hum and fireflies twirl like stars, lived Arendor. His blue hair and radiant eyes glowed softly. One evening, he sat by Silverbrook Stream, watching the water reflect glowing leaves. A bright light zipped past Arendor's nose. It wasn't a firefly, but something more magical. Curious, he followed it through glowing mushrooms and silver-threaded vines. Arendor, excitedly,
Where are you going, little light?
the light twirled in the air, inviting him to follow. The light led him to a massive willow tree. Between its roots was a tiny, glowing door. Arendor, whispering.
A secret door?
He touched it, and it pulsed with warmth before creaking open to reveal a spiral staircase. Inside, Arendor found an underground cavern glowing with crystal lights. A tiny village of fluttering creatures bustled below. Tiny creature, cheerfully.
Welcome, traveler. We've been waiting for you.
Arendor's eyes widened.
Waiting for me? But why?
The tiny creatures led him to a shimmering crystal fountain. Their magic was fading, and only a bright heart could restore it. Arendor, determined.
Tell me what to do.
They handed him a vial of pure starlight. Tiny creature, softly.
Pour this into the fountain and magic will return.
Arendor's heart pounded. He knew what he had to do. Arendor poured the starlight into the fountain. A dazzling wave of magic rippled through the cavern. The creatures cheered as their world twinkled like stars. Arendor, laughing joyfully.
It's beautiful.
Because of you, our world will never lose its sparkle.
As a gift, they gave Arendor a glowing crystal pendant. Stepping back into the forest, the stars above sparkled a little brighter, as if smiling. From that night on, he knew wonders like this were real.
And that is how you turn AI-generated images into a stunning, fully animated film without spending months or needing pro skills. Crazy, right? Listen, AI is changing the game, and those who jump in now are going to be way ahead of the curve. If you've been waiting for a sign to start creating, this is it. Don't sit on the sidelines while others build their channels, businesses, and income with AI. Get in the game now. All the tools I use today, you'll find them linked in the description, along with a few extra tools I personally use to take my videos to the next level. So go grab them and start creating. And don't forget, our next video is going to be even crazier, so make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. You won't want to miss it. If you think this is insane, wait till you see how easy YouTube has become. Want to blow up with AI? Click this video next before you miss out. Ice King out.